Alright, hello, welcome back to World's Edge, and I think it is finally time to finish up this village. We'll see how far we actually get in this video, but I'm gonna try my best to finish everything up, and that means we're gonna add even more houses, so let's get into that first. Go to sleep. 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 Let me sleep. I go to sleep. Let me sleep. I, I gotta sleep. Let me sleep. Thank you. And house time! Woo! Okay, so last episode we talked about importing builds from another world using schematics. So I wanted to go a bit further into that this episode. So take here for example, I need a smaller house to fit in this little tight space here. I don't want to go too much in size because I want to do some more terraforming here, and that would kind of ruin the aesthetic because I need the flats over here to actually build the houses. So let's go into my other world and I'll show you what I mean. There's also a lot of spoilers in this world, so I really have to be careful on what I show. You can see here all of my sort of failed or ongoing projects. This is when I was working on the mountain, all that sort of stuff. So see here, we have a number of builds that I've listed out of what number, and that relates to the number in the schematic file. So here we have, I can't remember how many, but here we have some builds that you may see in the village already. There's the cafe, for example, and the other houses I'm building. So this is the schematic setup, where you will select an area. You can see here, I've already got this one selected, so if I hit this button, name it whatever, I'll just name it vid, so I can get rid of it after this because I already have it. Save the schematic, and that's it. So I can load up this schematic in another world, I can load it in here. If I can get this up, I can select this here, load schematic, and here you are. Same house we had over there, now we have here. It's as simple as that, and it's easy to transfer over worlds as well. And now I will just come back through, and I don't have the proper blocks on me. Outside. Yep, there we go. So you can see here, it just easy peasy fills it in. You can go layer by layer, all that sort of stuff. So it's really useful tool for those who are making videos. Of course, you wouldn't normally do this if you're just an average player. You can do a lot more freehanding and stuff, but for building, it makes it a lot easier to sort of actually build out the palette here. I can use this to see which blocks I'm going to place and where. Which I can do in creative, so I don't have to tear it down every 2 seconds, because that's normally how I go with building. These are all actually free-handed, just in creative, so spoilers, I can't go that way. Editor, block that out. Editor, show me this cat. Yeah, so Wanda's going off in the background. Hopefully you can't hear that too much. She wants attention. I'll give it to her later, I promise. I promise she gets lots of pets later. But yeah, this is a this is a super simple trick that most YouTubers probably use at this point. It was a lot different back in the day, but this is essentially how I build it. I have all the block palettes already. I'm pretty sure if I do this, yep, this is I'm pretty sure this is in creative already, so you can save an entire hotbar. You can see I've got redstone, decorating, all that sort of stuff already in here, so it makes it super easy to just select that. You can go up, look at another tutorial to see how that works, but basically, if I want a smaller build, I'm freehanding this right now, so it kinda is gonna suck. I can't deal with the pressure of recording and doing this at the same time, but we're gonna see how this turns out. I also normally use, Axiom. I will show you that in a second. See, this is not, I don't like this, so I would tear it. Oh, it's also uneven. Love that for me. There you go. So I am not happy with this shape, so I would normally tear it down and rebuild it again. That's basically how all of this works. But for just example sakes, we'll keep it up. This is another tool I use frequently. Of course, I can never do it first try. Even without videos, I can't do that first try. So this will flip the blocks. So if I go here and I just add this, you can see right behind me here, it will do this at the same time. So that's how I also get, you can really see it on the one over here. I'm really trying to not spoil everything at the moment. You can see it over here. This is a lot easier to see exactly that this is, I'm gonna have to block out so many spoilers right now. It's fine. Editor's gonna have a fun time with this. So it's the exact same over here as on the other side. So that's another simple trick of the trade that I use to make my life a lot easier. And same thing when you destroy it as well. So yeah, I just thought I'd show you the process a little bit. Normally people don't do this, so I find it a lot more interesting to actually show you how it's done. So maybe you can pick up some simple tricks and tips to work on your builds as well. I highly recommend downloading Axiom. You can see here I've got it up. This is a super easy trick as well. And yeah, also using the schematics. These two paired together is super easy. I normally don't do it on this scale, but for bigger projects, over there for example, this is in progress, but honestly failing hard, so this is probably going to be taken down as well. Okay, yeah, that's fun. So you can see I've used symmetry here to line out this circle. I hate circles. I hate doing this. Arches and circles are my enemy. But anyway, I decided to build another build full of circles and arches, but it's fine. I just want to, yeah. I'm not going to go further with that because I don't want to get demonetized. But yeah, this is normally where it comes into play. And it is super helpful to not go around and do the exact same thing on every single side. It just cuts off a lot of time, especially with these major projects that will take even up to 100 hours easily. You will see in the future videos how much it is actually time spent just in creative to get these looking nice, so I can put it on the videos in a survival world. But I rest assured that all of this is actually done by myself in creative and just transferred over. It's, I'm sure a lot of people would prefer if I just did it in survival, and I have gone down that route plenty of times before, but it's actively caused, the sort of art block and all that sort of thing. So this is just so much easier to deal with. Burnout is a huge problem for me and a lot of other artists. I wouldn't exactly call this art, but it is in a different form. But so yeah, this helps with a whole bunch of other problems mentally, mostly. If you spend hours just doing the same thing repeatedly over and over again, I mean, that is the definition of insane. And if you mess up in one area, you have to tear it all down, do it again. So just make sure you only have to do it in one area and it will be exact same. Of course, this comes with other problems. Learning the programs, all that sort of stuff is really difficult. It's taken me a while to even get to this point, and I still struggle with everything. I know I'm fully not using the Axiom. I know very well I'm not fully using it to its, hello? Oh, okay. A lot of lag there. Yeah, I'm not fully using it to what it can do properly, but one day I'll get to that point. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial fun. Well, not really a tutorial, but just showing the process of what I go through, so maybe you can as well. Get out there, stay creative, do this, because it's really fun. This is why I do the whole thing. It's really fun. I love being creative, and this is an outlet where I can let all of my creativity flow as much as I want in the easiest program, Minecraft. What a wonderful game. Alright, we'll get back to what I was doing before. I don't know where this clip is going to be inserted, but probably the village houses. So, yeah, they're transferred over from this world to the other world. So I'll show you on the other end of the survival world as well. Let's get back to it. While we're at it, I will actually take you away from Minecraft for once. I know, terrible, but we are looking still at the Minecraft process, just in a very different way. So here I will go into Pinterest. This is also a huge part of my life that I spend way too many hours. So this is my little folder here. You can see it's got a lot of stuff. This is for Usacraft. This is farms, you know, a bunch of other things. Why is there Hatsune Miku here? I don't know. In here is my World's Edge folder, so I will go in here and try and find my I think it's down here. This is also some spoilers, but it's fine because it's not actually my builds. Okay, here. This was a big inspiration for my houses. Same here. I wanted to get the snow on the roof, which will come later. And other houses over here. This is just how I get inspiration for my own. Of course, I'm not actually taking any of these, but it's a huge inspiration and very helpful for shapes and designs. So you can see the different kind of roofs I can do here and all that sort of thing. So yeah, there's some things like this, which is extremely helpful for anyone. I will go back and look at these older type of buildings as well. I will do all this sort of stuff to get the theme I want, to get the shapes I want, everything. Everything is extremely helpful. It's a way for me to get inspired by other people's builds, by architecture in general, all that sorts of things. We also have some stuff from How to Train Your Dragon, I believe, or just general stuff. I don't know. A lot of these things just stuff I've mashed in this folder as well, but it's mostly all too related to World's Edge in just this folder. So you can see here, since this is already been done, I can show you the Usacraft folder as well. These are mostly just like dystopian sort of vibes and aesthetics. Some of the city builds here and all that sort of stuff. Some ruins that I can try and take inspiration for from doing that as well. This one is inspired for I use this one to I use this one for a very specific build that you may be able to actually see with the greenery on top. If you go over to the other episodes, you can see it in the background or the intro, or yeah, you can see it in the video, I'm sure, if you want to go and look at that. But yeah, this is a lot of city designs. There is also a specific place in Sydney that I took it from. Those are some just my personal pictures. There's a certain town in that area that is, it kind of looks like this, if it was in Minecraft. But it was lovely. I got huge inspiration. I just happened to be there in the same time where I was building Usacraft, so it was just sort of happenstance, but it really helped. And the whole time is really bad. The whole time I was going through the city, I was just thinking, wow, I could build this in Usacraft. Wow, I could do this. Which is just silly to think about. You know, the whole time I was supposed to be enjoying a vacation or doing whatever I was doing. I was just like, I need to get back to work on building, taking inspiration from everything. It was very weird to see how my brain works on everything, but yeah, here's another step in getting the like production or the behind the scenes. It's a lot of just taking inspiration from everything in my life, things that are going on throughout the world, all that sort of thing. Huge inspiration from all of these sorts of places. The abandoned stuff really helped, got me into the sort of mood and the feeling of the actual builds that I wanted to create, and not just the builds themselves. So you can see here is like just a hospital or these houses that I made my own, so they're quite different from what these are, but you can see I'm not actually taking from actual builds, I'm more getting the vibes in. You can see here, so it sort of makes my brain just automatically go to this and be like, oh yes, this is the same vibe I want, how can I recreate that vibe in Minecraft in a different medium? It's all very interesting behind the scenes. This is just how my process works, this is how my brain works, but I'm sure it's different for everyone. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little behind the scenes. We should get back to Minecraft because I know the world's scary, so we can get back to gaming now. Yay, gaming! I just want to say my voice sounds horrible because I'm currently sick. But anyway, this video turned out a lot more of just yapping than I was hoping for. So if that wasn't your cup of tea, that's fine. A lot different videos will be back in the future. More of the ones that were, yeah, more ones that was before this one and stuff, yeah. But the good news is we've got a lot of progress done on the village. We've got a lot more houses put in. So that will definitely aid us for the next one where we get more of the exciting jobs going. So I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye. Yeah. Yeah. Bye. My voice hurts my throat hurts so bad. Bye.